This video that we're making now, I'm gonna ask people to reflect.
Okay.
What do you think the word reflect means?
Reflection.
Reflection. Ooh, like looking at yourself in the mirror?
Yep.
Or in water?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Can you show me your reflection muscles? Ooh, those are good.
I'll let you get nose pierced. What?
Do you think I'd look good with a nose piercing?
Yeah.
Will you help me pierce my nose?
Well, yes.
It's a fun quarantine thing to do. Okay, cut away to another scene. What did you expect would happen in March of this year?
I expected to be living in Indiana in my dorm room at Notre Dame.
Doing your dorm room things?
Doing my dorm room things, going to class, seeing friends from school.
And what happened?
I got stuck at Highland! Just kidding, I love Highland. But classes got canceled, except for online. And so now I live in assistant at Highland during quarantine.
So, how are you feeling about all this?
It's a little crazy, but we're making it work and it's also fun.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of no surprise that we all feel all different ways.
True.
Including you, Miss. I can make anything work. Can I include that? In May of 2019, L'Arche as a federation began the work of rewriting our charter. Do you remember what the charter is?
What is it?
That's a great question. As a refresher, charters are written documents. They help a group of people name what they believe and what unites them. A group of people like us. We knew a while ago we needed to rewrite our charter. Our current one was written in 1993 by assistants and for assistants. We've grown a lot over the years, so this charter doesn't really match with who we are as L'Arche today. On February 22nd, 2020, the results of the international inquiry were published. From those results, we learned how 6 brave women spoke truth to power. We learned that Jean Vanier was a liar, and that he hurt women and abused his power. Not even a month later, in March of 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic begins to impact our daily lives here in L'Arche, Greater Washington, D.C. More than ever, we are living in a time where we must gather our experiences. I found myself the other day saving the front page of the Washington Post, detailing the progress of the coronavirus. I imagine years from now looking at it with my niece and other kids, marveling that we lived through such a time. Every day we are being called, forced, begged, asked, invited to rethink and re-feel so many different things. Anything from how we share honestly and clearly about the horrible actions of one of L'Arche's founders, to how we safely bring groceries into our home. Today we find ourselves entering year 2 of the work to rewrite our charter. A process that is found within the reality of our daily life. It's not something meant to be extra or out of touch with what our real life is like every day. It's kind of like the charter process gives us a skeleton or a framework to help us re-examine our experiences, to look at and study them again and again. We can ask ourselves and each other, where did I feel energized today? Where did I feel drained today? Why do I think that is? Because when you think about it, it's really the small, everyday moments that make up who we are. Last year, Hazel had a really big birthday party for her 60th, and there were like 100 people in and out of our house that Saturday, and I think 100 beers left over in the fridge. And that's only possible because of the work that Hazel does every single day to show us how she's committed and how much she cares. So when we're asking the question as individuals, who do I want to be? What we're really asking is, how do I want to live today? And the same idea goes for groups of people too. Thinking about creating a charter that shares all that unites us can be kind of intimidating. When we break it down, our work is really to think about the actions, words, and stories that make up each of our days. It's kind of like a book or movie or song that you always go back to. We can go back over our experiences and these stories again and again and discover new things about ourselves every time. Almost every time. And let's be real, we certainly have a lot more experiences to reread since we started this whole charter process last May.
Now that we know more about our founding story and are living a pandemic, what are we learning that we want in our lives? What are we learning that we can drop or let go of?
What I could stand to let go of is the feeling that I need to produce something to be worth something. This feeling has been really draining for me today. What's giving me life is overhearing my housemates offer prayers of gratitude for walks. Something so simple and so vital. That is what I want more of. The 6 women who bravely spoke truth to power about Jean Vanier's actions, they are our models. These are people who face reality. And we have to do that too. Like Stefan and Stacey encouraged us to do in their last letter, we can be on the lookout for whatever we may be learning about ourselves that we will want to hold on to later. Our reflections, your reflections and stories and experiences are part of a daring act of hope. Hoping and believing that our work, the work of L'Arche, matters.
La vida,
Ajá,
la da Dios.
ok. ¿Y qué es lo que no da vida? ¿Y
No
por
va
qué?
vida,
Ujú.
cuando viene el brother.
Mm.
No coger el virus.
No coger el virus, amén. ¿Y por la carta de L'Arche?
El life, abrir más,
Abrir más.
invitando gente y comida que pague un plato.
Amén, Johnny. Muchas gracias.
La el life ayuda al mundo.
Mm.
So what do you notice in yourself? What's going on? Here, here, here. What is the impact the coronavirus is having on our community life? What do you miss? Is there something you're enjoying? Are there things that are life-giving or life-draining that weren't before? How are the results of the inquiry asking you to reread your own experiences and our collective experience? I'm not asking us to produce anything from our reflections, no charter beads or really inspirational quotes, though if you have those, I would gladly take them. I'm hoping that in the face of the humanness of greed, hurting others, lying, getting sick, being super annoyed with each other, that we can also do the very human things of trusting, creating, inspiring, thinking, working, and being. It is, after all, the process that changes us and transforms us. I know it's cheesy, but it's true. Okay, I think that's it. You're a rock star.
Traitor.
Ah!
What can I do with that?
Take it back.
Put it,
Inna,
send it
to the
for the earth.
love you.